Oi oi, CIT here. Today's video is another pickups video, but this time for the month of September. I really hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, I appreciate if you could like the video. And if you want to see more of the same content, subscribe to the channel. And if you picked up any games that you feel like I would like, please drop them in the comments. Okay, first up, we'll start with some Evercade games. So this is the Neo Geo Arcade Collection, for the first one. Now this is a pretty cool value proposition. If you've ever been a fan of the Neo Geo, you'll know that the AES system, which is the home console, is incredibly expensive. And to get arcade ports of these is generally far and few between, and if you want the originals, it's expensive. Now this has got like 6 games on it, and for me there was a couple of standouts basically. So I quite enjoyed Shot Troopers, which was like a top-down shooter, but it's got loads of like quality sprite work, and gameplay mechanics was pretty cool. The next one is a classic. It's the first Metal Slug, which is a run and gun shooter. Lots of character, gruesome deaths from the baddies. Just a quite fun but punishing run and gunner. And then probably the next best one on there is King of the Fighters. Now, I'm not a massive King of the Fighters fan. I'm more of a Street Fighter boy, but it's worthwhile playing. Terry Bogart's probably the most memorable and nameable character on there. But yeah, Neo Geo Collection. Okay, next one up is another Evercade title, and that is Rowcraft DX. Now, this is a roguelite dungeon crawler where you can choose a various staple of characters, and the levels are auto-generated, and you have to go around the level and find the exit. Sometimes you might need to get a key, and the monsters will spawn, items will drop. Now the thing is, you can't control the attacks, you just walk into them and start attacking, vice versa. Loads of character, great music work on this. It's not designed to be a long play. It's sort of like, you know, half an hour increments, and the idea is you just try and score as high as you can by getting as far into the levels. It even keeps a chicken count, so there are chickens on each of the levels, and you can kill them. No reason, you can just kill them, and it gives you a high score on the main screen. But yeah, loads of character, definitely worth a play if you haven't come across this one before. Okay, next up is a Switch title, and this is the limited run release of Doom 1 and 2 on the Switch. I'm a big fan of Doom. I like my shoot 'em ups. I particularly like Doom, and I've been trying to collect them all on the Switch. This one caught my eye because it's all on the physical cartridge. There are a couple of versions of Doom that was released in the UK that had it on there, but not on the cartridge. They were download. Now the added bonus of this one, it's got loads of extra scenarios on there that weren't included on previous ones, and they actually created another scenario just for this. Yeah, Doom, honestly, at this point, if you haven't played it, I don't know why you're watching this video, to be honest. You're a gamer somehow. Okay, next up is a Switch 2 title, Demon X Machina. I believe this is a sequel. There was one on the previous Switch. Now, I'll be honest, I picked this up for one reason, and this is not a Game Key card title, and that's why I picked it up. I want to support and push the message that I will not buy non-Game Key card games, so please don't release them, basically. I want it all on the cartridge. Now, I've given this a play. It's not for me. It's a classic Japanese action RPG with over-the-top story and over-the-top characters and mechs. And for me, what I played, I was vaguely impressed with the graphics, but the gameplay seems a bit jolted. The graphics weren't that impressive. It's almost like this could be in a Switch title, but they couldn't be bothered to make it work, so they just thought they'd launch it on the Switch 2 and not have to worry about it. Maybe pick up if it was on sale, but I probably wouldn't get that one full price. Okay, the next one up is a PS Vita title. This is Borderlands 2. Now, I'm a big Borderlands fan. Most people will say that the second one has got the best story. I've never played this version. Now, having played it, I think you have to go in with lower expectations. You are playing it on a PS Vita, And at the time it was probably amazing, but nowadays we've got better ways of playing portable games. But I would say for its time it's visually impressive. Yes, it has quite a bit of slowdown and jutter, but I'm not too sensitive to those sort of things. Yeah, I think it's a worthwhile play, and it's cheap as well, which is another foresight of mine. Okay, next one up is one of rare modern title purchases, and that's Borderlands 4. Now this has got a bit of a rough start. It came out, had some issues with stability, crashing. Again, I'm a big Borderlands fan. I enjoyed the what's come up before. This was a no-brainer for me. For me, the gameplay is no different to any other Borderlands. The gunplay is much the same. The mechanics are mostly the same. The guns collection mechanic is just the same. The only bit that's slightly different for this is twofold, is open world rather than strict levels. So much like Halo Infinite, you're just in a big world and you can travel around. The second one is the story. Most people say that the third one had a terrible story, whereas this one's got a more grounded story. The baddie seems bad and that you actually want to stop him. He's got evil intentions. Yeah, I enjoyed this. I'm waiting for more DLC to come out. The next one up is an original Xbox game called Magic the Gathering Battlegrounds. Now, I'm a big Magic the Gathering fan. I used to play it loads when I was younger, but sadly money and life took out of the way, and then I got another hobby. So I was quite keen to play this one, and I'll be honest, I was sorely disappointed. I was thinking this was going to be a traditional Magic the Gathering game. It is not. It's more like a arena battle game, but you can't move into each other's arenas, and the way you fight each other is by using your cards to summon minions that then go forth and attack them. And it's a bit of a strategy ploy. Do you hold up all your mana and do a big wave, or do you send them in occasionally? Graphically quite impressive for an original Xbox game, but just dull, boring. Not for me, unfortunately. Had high hopes for that one. Okay, next one's is some 360 titles. The next one is 360 called Overlord. Now, I think last month's video I picked up the second one. I did try and pick them up at the same month, but I couldn't find it. Recap. Essentially, Overlord is like Pikmin, except Captain Olimar runs around with a massive great big claymore, and the minions he controls are various dungeon imps, goblins, all sort of types of gribblies, and you just go around trying to complete the level, kill people, do little side quest missions, solve puzzles. So it's just like a more adult version of Pikmin. There's not much more to say other than that. It's pretty cool graphics for being the 360, enjoyable gameplay mechanic. Yeah, give it a go. Okay, next up, second to last title, Serious Sam HD Collection. This has got 1 and 2 on there. I'm a big Serious Sam fan. It's a first-person shoot 'em up, and it's the type of switch your brain off, just run around and shoot things. Now, the big thing about Serious Sam is, on the screen at any one time, there could be 50, 60 enemies trying to kill you, and they just constantly run at you. So it's non-stop action from start of level to end of level. It's a bit silly over the top. And for value of money, this is great because you're getting 2 games on here for one, and each game has about 40 missions on there. So this is not a small title. Essentially, this is just a HD port of the first 2 Serious Sams. I enjoyed it. I think it's good. I think there's some charm from the originals, but it's still worthwhile picking up because not everyone wants the original Xbox. Okay, and then the last one up is the last 360 game for today, which is Shadows of the Damned. Now, this is I don't want to say it's a hidden gem, but it's a pretty cool title. It's relatively cheap, £12 in most shops. Essentially, the best way of describing this is a mix between Resident Evil 4 and Devil May Cry. Now, the Devil May Cry part of it is the over-top flamboyance of the character, and then the gameplay mechanics is more Resident Evil 4. So essentially you play as a guy called Garcia Hotspur that's a demon hunter, and he is trying to save his girlfriend that's been abducted by a demon. So the levels play much like Resident Evil 4, but the characters are all over the top. You've got your best friend is essentially a skull that talks to you that can then transform into different types of gun. As you defeat bosses, you get upgrades to the guns. Not a very long game. It doesn't overstay its welcome. Pretty good title. There's some big names attached to this as well. Yeah, I would give this a go. If you're a fan of Devil May Cry and Resident Evil, then you've got not much to lose for these ones. Okay, well that's it today. That's my 10 pickups for the month of September. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.